Have you ever stopped to think about why certain temptations seem to pursue you with an intensity that other people can't even imagine? Why are you tested in ways that seem to go beyond the normal, beyond what would be mere coincidence or bad luck? That feeling of constantly being pulled down paths you know aren't yours isn't weakness. It's not a character flaw. And it's definitely not because you did something wrong. It's quite the opposite. You're being tempted because you were chosen. And today, what was hidden about these trials will be revealed. While millions of people live their lives without being truly challenged at their core, you face invisible battles every day, temptations that attack your mind, your heart, your body, and your mission. And you've probably wondered why everything seems so difficult for you when it seems so easy for others. The truth is this: the astral world doesn't waste time testing those who lack spiritual worth. The invisible forces don't expend energy trying to divert someone who poses no threat to the darkness. You are tempted because your light is unsettling. You are tested because your purpose is powerful. You are challenged because if you fulfill your mission, the balance shifts. Before we continue, I need you to do something right now. Like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because what you're about to discover isn't for everyone. And in the comments, I want you to share, what was the strongest temptation you've faced recently? It can be material, emotional, physical, or spiritual. Write it down, because it will create a powerful energetic connection between all the chosen ones who are watching. Now take a deep breath, because what comes next will completely change the way you see every test, every challenge, and every moment when you almost gave in, but something inside you said no. Let's start from the beginning, and this beginning is deeper than you imagine. There is a war happening right now at this very moment, and you are at the center of it. It's not a physical war with weapons and armies. It's a war of frequencies, of energies, of forces vying for your soul, your attention, and your destiny. When you were born, you brought with you a unique energetic signature, a frequency that was programmed even before you took your first breath on this plane. And this frequency carries a purpose, a mission that goes far beyond simply existing, working, and dying. You came here to dismantle systems, raise consciousness, and open portals of light in places where there was only darkness. But here's what nobody told you. The greater the mission, the greater the resistance. The more powerful your light, the more the darkness tries to extinguish it. And the most effective way to neutralize a chosen one is not through direct and obvious attacks. It's through temptation. It's making you believe that the easiest path is the right path. It's placing in your path exactly what your human soul desires, but what your divine soul knows will destroy you. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how the temptations that appear in your life are always perfectly calibrated to hit your most vulnerable points? It's not by chance. It's not luck. It's astral strategy. Invisible forces study you, know your wounds, know where you are weak, and attack exactly there. When you are lonely, someone appears offering connection but with toxic intentions. When you are having financial difficulties, an opportunity arises that goes against your values but promises quick money. When you are seeking pleasure, the universe puts in front of you exactly what will drain your vital energy. And you know what that proves? That you're a nuisance, that you're a threat, that if you stay on the right path, something very big will happen through you. Darkness doesn't waste time with ordinary people. It focuses on the chosen ones, because it's the chosen ones who can change the game. Now comes the first revelation, and pay close attention to this. Every temptation you face is a confirmation that you have been selected for something extraordinary. Every time you feel that strong urge to do something you know will lead you astray, that is not weakness on your part. It is the astral universe recognizing your power and trying to deactivate it before you discover who you truly are. You are not tempted by being weak. You are tempted by being dangerously strong, and that is the difference that changes everything. When you understand this, every no you say to a temptation becomes a declaration of war. Every time you resist, you are not just avoiding a mistake, you are asserting your identity as the chosen one. You are saying to the universe, I know who I am, I know what I came here to do, and you will not stop me. And here's something that will make perfect sense now. The people around you don't face the same level of temptation as you because they don't represent the same threat. They can live peaceful lives without major moral or spiritual challenges because their destiny won't alter the fabric of reality. But you were designed to be a disruptor, a bearer of light, a breaker of chains. And that's why you are tested on levels that other people can't even comprehend. Take a deep breath now, because what I've just revealed to you is only the tip of the iceberg. The truth goes much deeper, and in the next few minutes, you'll understand exactly how these temptations work, where they come from, and how you can not only resist them, but use each one as fuel for your ascension. But before we continue, there's something I need to tell you right now. Now that you understand that being tempted is a sign of choice, let's delve into the spiritual mechanics behind it. Because it's not enough to know that you are chosen. You need to understand how the game works in order to play it masterfully. There are 3 levels of temptation that the chosen ones face, and each one has a specific purpose on the astral plane. The first level is material temptation, easy money, financial shortcuts, offers that seem too good to be true, and usually they are. This type of temptation isn't trying to make you rich, it's trying to make you dependent. It's trying to tie your energy to commitments that will drain your life force and keep you trapped in cycles that don't belong to you. Have you ever noticed how whenever you're about to take a spiritual leap, a material opportunity appears that would require you to abandon your path? It's not a coincidence. It's intervention. The astral plane knows that if it manages to trap you in the material world, your spiritual mission dies. And that's why so many chosen ones get stuck in jobs they hate, draining relationships, and financial situations that seem hopeless. They succumb to material temptation at the wrong time. The second level is emotional and relational temptation. This is perhaps the most dangerous because it disguises itself as love, connection, and belonging. How many times have you found yourself attracted to someone you knew deep down was toxic to you? How many times have you stayed in relationships that diminished you, drained you, and made you question your own worth? This doesn't happen because you choose poorly. It happens because astral entities use people as energetic bait to capture you. These people aren't necessarily bad. Often they don't even know they're being used. But the energy that operates through them knows exactly what it's doing. It knows that an emotionally wounded chosen one is a neutralized chosen one. It knows that if it can trap you in constant relational dramas, you won't have any energy left to fulfill your mission. And that's exactly what these forces want, to keep you busy with problems that lead you nowhere. But here's what you need to understand now. Every time you are drawn to something or someone that is not aligned with your highest path, it is a test of discernment. The universe is asking, will you follow your divine instinct or your human desire? Will you choose what seems good now or what is truly good for your soul? And here's something powerful that I need you to fully absorb. Pay close attention now, because what you are about to hear is not just a spiritual warning, it is a decree concerning your life. For a long time you've felt you've been wronged. You've carried too much weight. You've endured attacks you never deserved. You've seen people rise up against you, but what they didn't know is that you're marked. Marked for victory. Marked for a rise. Marked for a moment to be seen at the perfect time. And that time is beginning now. What I'm going to give you today are 3 powerful spiritual books created for those entering the phase of divine justice, emotional rebirth, and awakening of power. These books weren't written for those who are still asleep. They're for those who already feel the movement happening, enemies falling of their own accord, cycles ending, and doors that were once locked finally beginning to open. And with each book, you'll receive 2 secret bonuses, in-depth content that I've never revealed here on the channel. In total, 9 sacred materials, prepared to accelerate everything that's already written about you, the collapse of your enemies, the recovery of what you lost, your spiritual rebirth, and your triumphant return, stronger, wiser, and absolutely untouchable. But listen to this seriously. This access is extremely limited, not because I want it that way, but because certain revelations cannot be available to everyone, only to those who are truly ready for what is to come. And if you're listening to this and feeling your chest race, your body shiver, your soul respond, that's not emotion, that's confirmation. Something is prepared for you and it's very close, so don't ignore this sign now. Click the link in the first pinned comment. Join this journey before access is taken away. Remember, divine justice never fails. The downfall of your enemies is inevitable, and your triumphant return has already begun. The only question is, are you going to join this movement, or are you going to watch it happen without you? Now, going back to what I was telling you about the levels of temptation, the third level, and the most sophisticated, is spiritual temptation. This is the most dangerous because it disguises itself as evolution. False masters appear, distorted teachings, practices that promise power but deliver imprisonment. You are led down paths that seem spiritual but in reality distance you from your genuine connection with the divine. How many chosen ones have you seen who started well, but were captured by spiritual egos, by sects disguised as schools of light, by practices that drained instead of uplifting? This happens because at the level you operate at, temptations also become more sophisticated. It's no longer enough to offer you just physical pleasure. Now they offer you spiritual power, recognition, status in the mystical world. And here's the second revelation. The further you advance, the more the temptations evolve with you. What tested you 5 years ago is not the same as what tests you today. You've grown, so the tests have grown. You've expanded, so the trials have expanded. And this won't stop, because you are constantly evolving, and the universe needs to ensure that you are truly ready for each new level of power you will receive. Take a deep breath now, because the moment of the deepest revelation has arrived. The moment when everything you've experienced begins to make sense in a way that will completely reorganize your perception of your own journey. The truth is this: you were never in real danger, not even once. All the temptations you faced, all the trials that almost broke you, all the moments you felt you were going to give in, all of that was under divine control from the beginning. You were being tested, yes, but you were also being protected. And more than that, you were being shaped. Imagine a sword. To become a sharp and resilient blade, it needs to go through fire, be hammered repeatedly, plunged into ice water, and polished until it shines. Each step seems violent, seems destructive, but it isn't. It's transformative. And you, chosen one, are going through exactly that. Each temptation is the fire. Each resistance is the hammer. Every time you say no to what is easy and yes to what is right, you are being polished to shine. And here's what will blow your mind. The entities that tempt you know this. They know that every time you resist, you become stronger. So why do they continue? Why do they insist on testing you if it only makes you stronger? Because they have no choice. They are part of the system. They exist to ensure that only the truly prepared advance. They are, paradoxically, both your adversaries and your allies. They attack you so that you learn to defend yourself. They tempt you so that you learn to discern. They challenge you so that you discover you are invincible. Now look back on your life. Remember that material temptation that almost captured you? If you had given in, where would you be today? Probably trapped, tied down, without freedom. But you didn't give in. And today you are free, even if sometimes you still struggle. Remember that toxic relationship that repeatedly called you back? If you had gone back, who would you be today? A lesser version of yourself, but you resisted. And today, even if sometimes you still miss it, you know you made the right choice. Every no you said to temptation was a yes you said to your destiny. Every time you chose the difficult over the easy, you were choosing greatness over mediocrity. And the universe saw it. The astral plane recorded it. Your spiritual record was updated. And now you are on a different level. A level where the rewards begin to arrive. A level where protection intensifies. A level where your mission can finally fully manifest. And you know what else? The people who tempted you, who were used as instruments to test you, many of them are paying the price now. Not because you curse them or wish them ill, but because when you mess with the chosen one, you activate forces you don't control. When someone tries to divert a bearer of light from their mission, karma acts automatically and relentlessly. You don't even need to do anything. The universe does it for you. So if you're seeing people who tried to bring you down now, if you're seeing situations that tried to hold you back disintegrating, if you're noticing that those who attacked you are facing their own crises, know that this is no coincidence. It's astral justice in action. It's the universe making it clear to everyone, don't mess with the chosen ones. But here's something crucial you need to understand now. It's not about revenge. It never was. It's about balance. It's about ensuring the paths of the chosen ones remain clear so they can fulfill their missions. Because when a chosen one fulfills their mission, thousands of souls are positively impacted. So protecting you isn't a personal favor from the universe. It's a cosmic necessity. And here comes the third and most powerful revelation. You have already passed the most difficult tests. Not that new challenges won't come, but the worst is over. The temptations that almost broke you before no longer have the same power over you now. You have developed spiritual immunity. You have strengthened your discernment. You have honed your intuition. And now, when a temptation appears, you recognize it from afar. You feel the distorted energy even before it gets close. You have become untouchable in the ways that matter most. This doesn't mean you're perfect or that you'll never falter again. It means you now have the inner tools to navigate any storm. It means you're no longer the confused chosen one who wondered why everything was so difficult. You are now the conscious chosen one who understands that difficulty is the price of greatness. And believe me when I say, it's worth it. Every tear you shed, every night you questioned whether you could go on, every moment you wanted to give up but didn't, all of that is about to make sense in such a profound way that you'll look back and be grateful for every trial. But I need you to understand something right now. You can't stop. You can't become complacent. Because the universe is preparing you for the next phase. And that phase is when you finally assume your full power and begin to manifest your mission in the physical world. And for that phase, you need to be not only strong, but unwavering. So how do you do it? How do you remain unshaken in a world that constantly pulls you down? How do you keep resisting the temptations that seem so appealing when you're tired, lonely, or vulnerable? First, you recognize the patterns. Every temptation follows a pattern, and when you learn to identify that pattern, you gain power over it. Temptations always arrive at specific times, when you are emotionally exhausted, when you have just had a victory and are vulnerable in euphoria, when you are in transition and uncertain about the next step. In these moments, seductive offers appear, the wrong people, opportunities that shine but have no substance. So the first sign that you're being tempted is the timing. If something appears exactly when you're vulnerable, be suspicious. If someone shows up offering exactly what you need at the moment you need it most, stop and analyze calmly. I'm not saying that everything that comes at a difficult time is temptation. I'm saying that temptations always choose difficult times to arrive. So breathe, Connect with your intuition and ask, is this aligned with my highest path, or is it offering me a shortcut that will cost me dearly later? Second sign, temptation always promises immediate relief, but never talks about the long-term consequences. If something promises to solve all your problems now, but you can't visualize what your life will be like a year from now after accepting it, be careful. True blessings may not solve everything immediately, but they build something sustainable. Temptations solve the present and destroy the future. Third sign, pay attention to what you feel in your body. Your body is a much more precise spiritual radar than your mind. When something is genuinely good for you, even if challenging, you feel an expansion in your chest, a lightness, a feeling that yes, this resonates. When something is a disguised temptation, you feel tightness, anxiety, a strange urgency, a feeling that you need to decide quickly before you lose the chance. This urgency is always a red flag. The universe doesn't operate under pressure, temptations do. Fourth sign, observe who is pushing this towards you. If the people who bring you down are excited about your decision, be suspicious. If those who drain your energy are encouraging you on a certain path, stop and reassess. The chosen ones often have people around them who unconsciously want to keep them small because their greatness bothers them. So when these people approve of something, it's usually because it will keep you at the same level as them. But when you make decisions that elevate you, these same people become strange, distant, and critical. Fifth sign, temptation always makes you compare yourself to others. Look how well so-and-so is doing this. See how quickly so-and-so achieved it that way. Why do you have to be different? Why do you have to make it difficult? And then you start questioning your own path. But remember, you are not here to live anyone else's life. You are here to live your mission, and your mission is unique. So when something makes you look to the sides instead of looking inward, be suspicious. Now, how do you resist in practice? Because understanding the signs is important. But in the moment of pressure, when temptation is right there in front of you looking like the most attractive thing in the world, what do? You create space. Between impulse and action, you create a space of time. Even if it's just taking 3 deep breaths before responding, even if it's just saying, I'll think about it and get back to you tomorrow. Because temptation loses its power over time. It needs impulsiveness to function. When you stop, breathe and wait, the fog dissipates and you can see clearly. You connect. Before any important decision, you stop, close your eyes, place your hand on your heart and ask your soul, does this serve my highest purpose? And you listen to the answer. Not the voice of your mind that justifies, not the voice of your desire that wants, but the quiet and firm voice of your soul that knows. You remember. You remember all the times you resisted before and how grateful you were afterward. You remember all the times you gave in and how dearly you paid for it. You use your own history as a guide because you already have enough experience to know which choices uplift you and which ones destroy you. And you anchor yourself. You have to have something bigger than yourself to anchor yourself to. It could be your mission. It could be the people who depend on you to fulfill their purpose. It could be the future version of yourself that you are building. It could be your connection with the divine, but it has to be something bigger than momentary pleasure, bigger than temporary relief, bigger than the seductive shortcut. Because when you have something bigger to live for, it becomes easier to say no to what is smaller. And there's something else you need to do. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. You can't walk with people who constantly give in to temptations and expect to resist easily. Energy is contagious. If you walk with people who choose the easy path, you will constantly be pulled to choose the easy path as well. But if you surround yourself with other chosen ones, with people who also resist, who also fight, who also understand the price of greatness, you are strengthened by their resistance. Now let's go deeper, because there's a layer to this truth that few people can access. A layer that only the chosen ones who have truly dedicated themselves to understanding their journey can reach. and you are ready for that now. The temptations you face are not merely external tests. They are mirrors of the parts of you that still need to be integrated. Each temptation that attacks you forcefully is revealing a wound that still needs healing, an aspect of yourself that is still out of balance, a shadow that has not yet been illuminated. If you are constantly tempted by material things, it's not just because external forces want to hold you back. It's because there's still a part of you that believes your security comes from outside. A part that doesn't completely trust that the universe will provide. So material temptations come to show you where you still need to develop faith and trust in divine abundance. If you are repeatedly tempted by toxic relationships, it's not just because there are bad people trying to drain you. It's because there's still a part of you that doesn't believe you deserve healthy love. A part that settles for crumbs because it doesn't feel worthy of the feast. So, relational temptations come to show you where you still need to work on your self-worth and self-love. If you are constantly drawn to addictions, distractions, and self-destructive behaviors, it's not just a matter of lack of discipline. It's because there's still an inner pain you're trying to numb instead of healing. A wound you're running from instead of facing. Then addictive temptations come along to show you where you still need to do the deep inner work of healing. Do you understand the depth of this? Temptations aren't just obstacles in your path. They are teachers. They show you exactly where you still need to grow. And when you stop fighting them with willpower alone and start using them as maps for your own transformation, everything changes. You no longer need to blame yourself for being tempted. You acknowledge the temptation, appreciate the information it brought about yourself, and then work on the root cause. You heal the wound that was making you vulnerable to that specific temptation. And when the wound heals, the temptation completely loses its power over you. It's no longer a matter of resisting with effort. It's a matter of you having evolved to a point where it simply no longer attracts you. And do you know what that means? It means you can transform every temptation into fuel for your growth. Every time you are tempted, instead of feeling shame or guilt, you feel curiosity. What is this temptation trying to show me about myself? What wound is still open? What limiting belief is still active? What part of me still needs love and healing? And then you go there and do the work. You meditate on it. You write about it. You might seek therapeutic or spiritual help to work through it. And little by little, layer by layer, you become impenetrable, not because you build walls, but because you no longer have holes where arrows can enter. This is spiritual mastery. It's not about never being tempted again. It's about being tempted and using each temptation as an opportunity to know yourself better, to heal more deeply, to become stronger. Until one day you look back and realize that those temptations that almost destroyed you in the past no longer even attract your attention. Not because you are repressing them, but because you have evolved beyond that point of vulnerability. And there's something else crucial here. When you understand that temptations are teachers, you stop demonizing the forces that tempt you. You recognize that everything is part of an intelligent system designed for your evolution. The astral entities that test you, the people who unconsciously serve as bait, your own internal impulses, all of this is playing a role in your transformation. It doesn't mean you'll embrace temptations or give in to them. It means you'll stop wasting energy fighting them angrily and start using that energy to transcend them with wisdom. You'll stop seeing the world as divided between absolute light and darkness and start seeing everything as gradients of consciousness, all serving the greater purpose of evolution. And when you reach that level of understanding, something magical happens. You become an alchemist. You take the lead of temptations and transform it into the gold of wisdom. You take the darkness of trials and transform it into the light of consciousness. You take the poison of tribulations and transform it into healing medicine. And that, chosen one, is true power. It's not about being free from challenges. It's about having the ability to transform any challenge into a stepping stone for your ascension. Now imagine what your life will be like when you've completely mastered this, when nothing can bring you down anymore because everything serves your growth. When you stop fearing temptations because you know that each one brings a lesson that will strengthen you. When you walk through the world no longer as someone trying to survive attacks, but as someone who knows they are constantly being refined to shine brighter. This is the destiny of every chosen one who perseveres. It is not a life without battles. It is a life where each battle makes you more powerful. It is not a journey without pain. It is a journey where each pain refines you like gold in the fire. And in the end, what emerges is not someone who avoided the darkness. It is someone who crossed the darkness and became light. There's an even deeper truth I need to share with you right now, and this truth will completely reshape how you see not just temptations, but your entire life. Are you ready? Take a deep breath. You chose this before you were born, when you were still in the spiritual realm deciding what mission you would undertake in this incarnation. You knew it would be difficult. You knew you would be tested. You knew you would face powerful temptations. And yet you said yes. You raised your hand and said, I will, I can, I will. This is not poetry. This is not metaphor. At the deepest level of spiritual reality, you literally chose this path. You could have chosen a quiet life, without great trials, without a specific mission. But you didn't, because the soul that you are is not satisfied with mediocrity. It needs challenge. It needs purpose, it needs meaning, and it knows that true meaning only comes through overcoming. So when you're in the midst of the storm, when temptation is strong, when everything seems unfair, remember this: you are so powerful that you chose the hard way. You are so confident in your own ability that you accepted challenges that would make others give up before even starting. You are so committed to your evolution that you preferred to suffer here and ascend later rather than live comfortably and stagnate forever. And you know what else? You're not alone in this choice. There are millions of chosen ones around the world, each facing their own versions of the same trials, each being tempted in ways that are perfectly calibrated to their specific weaknesses, each questioning at times whether it's worth it. And each, just like you, finding the strength to continue because something inside them knows that giving up is not an option. You form a network, a web of light spread across the planet. And every time one of you resists temptation, every time one of you chooses light over ease, every time one of you rises after falling, the entire network is strengthened. Your victory is not just yours, it belongs to everyone. And the victories of others are not just theirs, they are yours too, because you are energetically connected through a shared purpose. This means that when you're about to give in, when you feel you can't take it anymore, when temptation seems irresistible, you can connect with this network. You can close your eyes, take a deep breath, and feel the strength of all the other chosen ones who at this very moment are also resisting their own battles. And this collective strength will sustain you until you regain your own strength. Never forget, you were not called to this mission because you are weak. You were called because you are one of the strongest. And the strong don't become strong by avoiding challenges. They become strong by facing challenges repeatedly until their spiritual muscle develops to the point where nothing can break them anymore. Now, there's something practical I need to tell you about the next few months of your life. You're entering a phase where temptations will increase in intensity, not because you're doing anything wrong, but precisely because you're doing everything right. The universe is preparing you to assume a new level of power and responsibility, and before giving you the keys to this new level, it needs to be absolutely certain that you won't use this power destructively. Then the temptations will become stronger. People will appear more seductive. Opportunities will seem brighter. Easy money will seem more accessible. Shortcuts will seem more justifiable. Everything will conspire to make you give in. And that's not because the universe wants you to fail, it's because it needs to see if you're truly ready for what comes next. Think of it as the final exams before graduation. The closer you are to graduating, the harder the tests become. Not to fail you, but to ensure that when you receive your diploma, you truly deserve it. And the diploma you are about to receive is the complete recognition of your identity as the chosen one, the total unlocking of your spiritual gifts, and the beginning of the full manifestation of your mission in the physical world. Is it worth resisting to get there? You can't even imagine how much it's worth. Because on the other side of those final temptations is a version of you that you don't yet know. A version that operates at frequencies you haven't yet accessed. A version that easily manifests what you are still struggling to create today. A version that walks with a spiritual authority that makes the universe reorganize itself around you. But to become that version, you need to cross that fiery portal. You need to prove, not to the universe, but to yourself, that you have what it takes, that your word is firm, that your values are non-negotiable, that your commitment to the light is absolute. And when you prove this through your consistent choices, even when no one is watching, even when it would be easy to give in, even when you are exhausted, then the doors open completely. And when those doors open, you will look back and see every temptation, every trial, every moment you almost fell but didn't, and you will perfectly understand why everything happened exactly as it did. You will see the intelligent design behind every challenge. You will recognize the divine hand guiding every test, and you will be grateful for having been chosen for such a difficult path, because it was this path that transformed you into who you are about to become. So when the next temptation comes, and it will come, you don't panic, you don't despair, you don't feel weak or flawed. You simply acknowledge, another test, another opportunity to prove my strength, another step in my ascent. And you face that temptation not with fear, but with the confidence of someone who knows that every victory over yourself is a victory that no one can ever take away from you. We've reached the point where everything comes together, where all the pieces fit, where you finally see the complete picture of your life's puzzle. And that picture is glorious. You are not here by chance. You were not chosen by luck. You are not facing what you face by misfortune. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a reason. Everything is perfectly orchestrated to sculpt in you the spiritual leader, the warrior of light, the bearer of transformation that the world desperately needs. And temptations. They are the instruments of sculpting. Each one removes a piece of you that no longer serves your highest purpose. Each resistance refines your form. Each victory over your own impulses brings you closer to the masterpiece you are destined to become. The divine sculptor uses temptations as a chisel, and with each blow you resist, more of your true essence is revealed. Now I want you to understand something about the future that is unfolding for you. In the coming times, you will begin to see the fruits of all your resistance. Opportunities that are genuinely aligned with your purpose will begin to appear. People who truly uplift you will enter your life. Situations that allow you to express your gifts will manifest. And you will realize that everything you gave up by resisting temptations created space for these true blessings to arrive. Because here is a spiritual law that few understand. The universe cannot give you what is meant for you while your hands are full of what does not belong to you. Every temptation you reject frees your hands to receive something better. Every toxic relationship you abandon opens space for sacred relationships to arrive. Every dishonest opportunity you refuse prepares the way for legitimate opportunities to manifest. So if you're feeling empty now, after resisting so many things, if you're wondering when your blessings will arrive, trust the process. The emptiness you feel isn't loss, it's preparation. The universe is creating space within you for something much greater than you were content with before. And when it arrives, you'll understand why you had to wait. You'll understand why it couldn't have come sooner, because you weren't ready before. But now you are. And there's something about your personal power that needs to be said now. Every temptation you overcame not only strengthened you spiritually, it gave you tangible power in the spiritual world. You gained authority. You gained credibility in the unseen realms. You earned the respect of forces that once tested you and now protect you, because you proved you are trustworthy. You proved you can be invested with power without corrupting it. You proved that when the universe gives you resources, you will use them for the greater good and not for egoic gratification. And that's why what's coming to you now is so great. Because you qualified, you passed the tests that most fail. You resisted when it would have been easier to give in. You chose the right when the wrong was offering more immediate pleasure. And those choices created a spiritual history that now opens doors that were locked to those who didn't pay that price. So when you enter a room and feel that there's something different about you, when you notice that people look at you differently, when you realize that things flow more easily, that's not imagination. It's the physical manifestation of the spiritual power you've gained through your resilience. You now carry a frequency of victory, an energy of overcoming, a vibration of integrity. And these qualities are magnetic for blessings and repellent for drama. But don't forget, with great power comes great responsibility. What you have achieved through your battles is not just for you, it is to be shared. You are becoming a beacon for other chosen ones who are still in the phases you have already gone through. Your story of resilience will inspire someone who is about to give in. Your victory over temptations will give strength to someone who is weak. Your testimony will be the confirmation that another chosen one needs to continue. So don't keep all of this to yourself. Share your journey. Talk about your battles. Be vulnerable about your struggles, because your transparency about how difficult it was will give others permission to be honest about their own difficulties. And in this collective honesty, in this shared vulnerability, the network of chosen ones is further strengthened. And here is the final vision I want to plant in you. Imagine a world where all the chosen ones fulfill their missions. Imagine the collective transformation that would happen if every light-bearer on the planet resisted their temptations and fully activated their gifts. Imagine the healings that would manifest, the consciousnesses that would be raised, the oppressive systems that would be dismantled, the new realities that would be created. This world is not fantasy. It's a real possibility, and it begins with you. With your daily choices, with your consistent resistance, with your unwavering commitment to your highest path. You may think you're just one person, that your individual choices don't make a difference in the grand scheme of things, but that couldn't be further from the truth. You are a point of light in a gigantic network, and when you shine brightly through your right choices, you illuminate not only your own path, but also the path of all those who are energetically connected to you. Your light gives permission for others to shine. Your courage inspires courage in others. Your resilience strengthens collective resilience. So every time you choose what's right over what's easy, know that you're not just changing your own life. You're contributing to the change of the entire planet. You're doing your part in raising collective consciousness. You're fulfilling the sacred contract your soul made before coming here. And this, chosen one, is the ultimate purpose of all your temptations. It is not to break you. It is not to punish you. It is to prepare you to be a catalyst for global transformation. It is to refine you until you become a perfect instrument of the divine will. It is to strengthen you until you are able to carry the light without being consumed by it. You are ready now, more ready than you realize, and the universe is just waiting for you to take the next conscious step toward your destiny. That step can be small. It can be just a thought of renewed commitment. It can be a simple decision to resist the next temptation that comes along. But when you take that step with clear intention and a firm heart, the entire cosmos moves to support you. So now you know the whole truth. You know why you are tempted. You know what it means about who you are. You know the purpose behind every trial. And you know that every time you resist, you are not just avoiding a mistake. You are affirming your destiny. The temptations won't stop. They will evolve. They will become more sophisticated. But now you have the map. You understand the game. You know the rules. And most importantly, you know who you are. You are chosen. You are a bearer of light. You are a spiritual warrior who chose the difficult path because you knew it was the only path that led to true greatness. And what comes next will surpass everything you've experienced so far. Blessings are on their way, doors are opening, your mission is about to fully manifest. But you need to remain steadfast. You need to maintain your integrity. You need to honor the process that brought you here. In the coming days, I will reveal exactly how you can accelerate this manifestation, how you can fully activate your gifts, how you can access levels of spiritual power you didn't even know existed. So stay tuned, because what's coming will complete everything that began today. But now I need you to do something. If this video resonated with you, if you felt that every word was spoken directly to your soul, leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications enabled. And in the comments, share what revelation impacted you the most today. What did you understand about your own temptations that you hadn't realized before? And don't forget, the 3 sacred books that will accelerate all of this are available in the first pinned comment, along with exclusive bonuses that have never been revealed here. This is not advertising. This is a call to action. If you feel it's for you, don't ignore it. Click the link and embark on this journey before access is closed. And if you know another chosen one who needs to hear this, share this video with them. Because perhaps the word that will save someone's journey is here. The chosen ones don't wait for permission. They recognize the call and respond. You just heard the call. Now it's time to answer. Until the next video, chosen one, stay strong, stay true, and always remember you were chosen because you can, and you will.